All right, welcome into another edition of Catching Up with Tommy Mac here on 1010XL's podcast platform at 1010XL.com, on demand there as well. Also on Facebook, 1010XL's Facebook page. Good morning, Facebook. And always streaming on the relevant app, the group messaging app with live interactive podcasting. I tell you what, it was fun on Sunday during the Jaguar game of chatting with fans throughout the game. It was a lot of fun, man, going back and forth and obviously getting our hopes up and then coming down, and some good things, some silver lining, this stuff. We could go through all of it. But at the end of the day, they're 2-4. And look, they're not out of it. There was a lot of football left to be played. Yeah, you can't, did they let two get away? Yeah, they could, I guess, won. But I don't believe in coulda, shoulda, woulda. I believe in did or didn't, and they didn't. So does that mean they take those experiences, and take them to make it better throughout the year? Yeah, we hope so, right? You get better. You know how to finish. You know how to rush. I can't believe Matt Ryan just sat there. There was a few times he was hurried, but very few. And by the way, their game plan seems similar to the Jaguars' offensive game plan the first time around. All he did was pick them apart. He threw quick throws, man. They carved us up.
Dink and dunk, dink and dunk,
dink and dunk, and then lull you to sleep.
Yep.
We're going to talk about Shaq Griffin. We're going to talk about that last play as well. We'll talk about Travon Walker's penalty. I think initially it was inadvertent. But then he kept, pushing it. Like, it looked like that on the replay. Like, he just kind of, he's trying to block the pass. It came down, hit him in the face, and then it's like, he's like pushing him down. I'm like, just let it go, man. Maybe. It's inadvertent. Still, you can't hit him in the face. So, I don't know. I'm not that upset. It's nowhere near the week before, where he's whipping the guy down. By the way, just sidebar, now you don't even have to tackle the quarterback to the ground. Think about that. You just got to have him in the grasp. If these rules were back when that big catch, in the Giant game, Eli was in the grasp. That's over. That's a sack today. That would change history.
You're talking about in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, in the
Super Bowl. David Tyree made the helmet catch.
David Tyree,
yep.
Thank you. That would have, today? Oh,
yeah.
Done. Play over.
They'd have blown that
I got you. You're done. Once I grab you, I don't know, man. I don't know. Now here's another thing. What was it? Was it the Bills game? No. It was last night's game. The Bronco their defense 53 and 56. Can they play ball? Browning and the other guy. Holy cow! It's not even Chubb. They get after it, but he comes in on the quarterback. And he kind of grabs him and throws his legs out in front. And he's just going to yank him down because you're going to get guys. You're going to get more quarterbacks hurt that way than landing on them. I don't know, man. It's unbelievable. You don't have to bring him to the ground at all now. Just act like you have a sack. What's next? Like we do in practice? Just touch him, sack.
Well, I feel like the first thing is
crazy.
We have to get away from just because a quarterback gets hurt on a particular sack means we need to outlaw sacking in that fashion, right?
Yeah. No, I know.
With Anthony Barr sacking Aaron Rodgers, that's why the body weight thing exists, because Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone on that play. Football players get hurt, man.
I think there's a difference between landing on the player and picking them up and driving them into the ground. That I agree with, but to land on the Q, I don't know. You're going to get guys. So what if the defense? What if the guy sacking the QB gets hurt trying to maneuver his way out of the way? Or what if he rolls into an offensive lineman trying to get off the QB so he doesn't land on the poor guy? Jeez.
Well, the NFL won't say this.
So violent.
The NFL won't say this, but the truth is they don't care about those guys.
No.
They care about the quarterback.
No,
I
know. They get all the money.
But also,
they get all the supermodels, those sons of guns. I'm just
how do you feel about this? Because there's so many different things that qualify as roughing the passer now.
Yeah.
If they're going to want to make all these things penalties, I feel like it shouldn't just be one umbrella 15-yard automatic first down.
Yeah.
Some of these are a little more ticky-tack. That should just be 5-yard calls.
I know. I even think an inadvertent hand to the face shouldn't be called as a penalty. Or Correct. It's an inadvertent. He didn't. He's trying to block the pass. Well, I come down. I hit him in the face. I don't know. You want me to stop before I hit the
right?
You can't do it. You can't do it. It's I don't know. It's getting absurd. Hey, good for us, or at least the fans. You know, the loss to the Colts wasn't Trevor's fault, so we've got that going for it. He's not the scapegoat this week. Of course, Shaquille Griffin is the scapegoat this week. He's the reason why we lost. At least that's what I see all over social media. Granted, he played a big part in it. He does have to be held accountable. There's no doubt about that. But, I mean, look, with no rush, it's hard to cover anybody. He had no rush. I mean, think about that. That was the last thing on our minds, that the Jaguars wouldn't be able to pressure Matt Ryan. After watching what Denver did to him like 10 days prior, right?
And watching what this defense did to him.
And what we did to him 3 weeks prior. You didn't think. I mean, you thought that that's what we were going to do. We shut down the run. They only ran it 17 times, but whatever. We shut down the run. But we didn't do anything. They came out whipping the ball around. Very similar to what we did to them in week 2, didn't he? I found that really interesting. That's how they kind of attacked us in a similar type fashion. And Matt Ryan, everybody says, for the most part, you give him time, guy's open, he's going to make the throw. I mean, Michael Pittman Jr. set records. I don't know. I mean, look, Shaq obviously's got some. And why don't you sit him down? Last night you saw him sat that Casey Williams down. Why don't you sit him down? Let him think about it for a little bit. Maybe something's going on. Now look, that final pass, that was a great call by them. I think they lulled us to sleep. Who was expecting that? You're thinking, and I don't know about the timeout either. Now I'm not the coach, so I'm not in the heat of the battle. But that timeout to stop the clock, I didn't really get. Even if you get the ball back, you're only going to have 15 or so seconds or so, and your offense is never proven, although it was a nice long 18-play drive that they did, with that was great, but you've never been, in 15 seconds, put us in a position to kick a field goal or score or whatever. That timeout was befuddling to me. I was like, man, put the pressure on them, make them call timeout, but whatever, that didn't cost us the game, but nobody was expecting that, and I think they lulled us to sleep. It was a great call and a great throw, and, he should have been ready. Should have been ready for anything. By the way, blitz, right? Call it blitz. It's man-to-man. Is that the right call in the last play of a game? I don't know, maybe. If he covers it, yeah. If they don't score a touchdown, yes, it's a great call. But, look, the defense, 10 of 15 on third down, the Colts were. 10 of 15. It's almost 70%. That is absolutely awful. And that's not just on the DBs or the coverage. By the way, the linebackers had trouble covering. Devin Lloyd doesn't seem as fast as I thought. I mean, he's way faster than me. Come on. I'm not even trying to say that, but I thought he would be even quicker than what he's shown.
It was Foye and Devin Lloyd's worst games of the year, I thought.
In coverage, for sure.
They did not play very well.
No, but, I don't know. You would expect. But again, I give them the same benefit of the doubt when you don't rush the QB. When he can make throws, he's going to make the throws. That's what starting quarterbacks do. And Matt Ryan did 36 times in the first half, or 37, something like that. They threw it. 58 total. Picked us apart. We hit him maybe 5 times. 0 sacks. Terrible on third down.
Speaking of all this, we've talked about Trayvon Walker. Where is number 41?
Where's all?
Do I need to file a missing persons report?
Where's our Roy Robinson Harris? Where's Smoot? Smoot was making plays for us, right? Where's Gotsis? He makes plays on occasion. Where's anybody? I agree with you. Where's Josh Allen? Where's Trayvon Walker? Against the run, fine, but what about – and Josh had a nice rush of one time, I think, when he put Ryan on the ground. That was a good rush.
I feel like we say that a lot. after games. We say Josh had that one good rush.
But listen, I don't know. He's a 7th pick overall. Travon Walker's number 1. It's too early to say anything about Walker, but that's who you picked. I mean, there's no one coming to save the day. These are our guys. But at the end of the day, they've got to get the job done. So, look, you can blame whoever you want. I think we should have Scapegoat of the Week award here in Jacksonville. Who can we blame it all on? Because it's always just one player. I'm saying, that's not. Is it a big part? Yes, of course. Shaquille Griffin's got to cover a lot better. Devin Lloyd and Aluakon got to cover better. Campbell covered great. He was fine overall. Jenkins was making plays. He was coming up and rocking people. But you got to have all of it. That's the problem with this team. It's like one week the offense looks good, or one week the defense looks good, or, obviously the 2 games they did win, they brought it all together. So it just, even with last week inside the offense, Trevor wasn't very good, but the running game was there. This past week, Trevor was very efficient, 20 of 22. I like that he played some Trevor ball. We talked about that last week. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know what you call it, but I call it, making a play, taking off, running. Now, a couple were called runs, which is fine. A couple were on instinct. Good for him. Go make a play. Don't be a robot, right?
When your quarterback is a willing runner and decently athletic like Trevor is, it is.
You got to utilize it.
It is unbelievable how helpful it is to stay ahead of the chains.
Absolutely. And he doesn't have to hurdle anybody or run over anybody. He's just got to get the yards when they're there. He's fast enough to do it. He's quick enough to do it. I liked the way he played. I'd like to see, even more. I don't, I'd ETN. And this is not a knock on ETN, okay? It's not. It's going to sound like one, but it's not. But Fred Taylor when Fred Taylor had that kind of opening, I wonder how, I mean, he's obviously very fast, but I don't know. I was expecting Percy Harvin
to score. I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know.
Remember we talked about, you think he's going to be like Percy or Debo, but those guys take it to the house. And he will. He'll get there. I know he'll get there. I don't know what the dealio is, but I'd have kept pounding him. I mean, he averaged. It was unbelievable. I mean, we averaged 7.4 yards.
He said it in post-game locker room.
7.4 yards a carry. Man.
He said it in post-game locker room. He was like, I should have scored there.
Yeah.
He was really mad at himself for not
I wonder what, maybe he was just thinking too much, get the nerves got to him. Didn't let him just, stride loose and let it rip, I don't know, but hopefully he can, continue. Yeah, 10 for 90, 98 for ETN. Look, O-line, not that great. 4 sacks on our boy. But I think overall, the offense did enough to win. I like that they came back. I do. They showed a lot of grit. I don't, it's fun. I don't like in a lot of our losses, except the Texans, we're giving up a lot of points, man. 28, 29, now 34. I mean, aside from the Texans, it's a lot of points to be given up. Your offense, 27. I mean, that's good enough to win. In
the NFL,
I don't know.
You should.
What are you going to do?
It's just like we said last week, the other way.
Yep.
You hold a team to 13 points, you should always win. You should always
win that game, right?
You score 27,
right?
You should.
Yeah.
I won't go as far as say you should, because you play like the Chiefs or something. That may be different.
No,
but
right.
You score 27, you should win 70%.
No doubt.
I would say.
I don't look. I mentioned something over on social media about lowering expectations. And I know that sounds so negative. I don't mean it's so negative. Look, this team could end up with 7 wins. They could. And most of us had them at that, before the season. I think, look, we got, and I included, I got, caught up in what they did to San Diego, especially, and then what they did to the Colts. It's hard to deny the Colts didn't have Pittman or the rookie who had the touchdown.
Alec Pierce.
He's a good player. Both those
really
guys.
Good.
Those are good
He
players,
tore up the Broncos the week before, too.
He did. No, I know. So, But whatever. This team's 2-4. I know for me personally, I'm just, look, calling it 7 wins like I did. If they go on a tear or they get on a run, fantastic. I hope they do. But I'm not expecting that. I'm not. They haven't. They got to put it together consistently. It feels like it's so like, not dismembered because it's not that, picked apart for lack of a better term. You know what I mean? It's just like one time this unit does well, then they don't, and then this guy does good and this guy doesn't. And you know what I mean? It's like they haven't put it together consistently. Will they? I don't know. Can you win like that every week? Maybe. If your running game works like that. I mean, Hasty, nice Jets, man. By the way, the replay, now I'm happy we scored. Why didn't the Colts move over? They were like way over here. I mean, everybody was over there. There was like 2 or 3 guys were right where they ran. You're like, just move a couple players over. It
was the same as the
perfect.
It was the same as the Chargers' 4th down run where James Robinson took it to the house.
Yeah,
we had a bunch of tight ends and a tackle.
Right.
On like 3 DBs.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, of course we're gonna push him up out of the way. Like,
yeah. I didn't like that play. The pitch option.
It's a horrible call.
Come on, we don't ever do that. Why?
No. Teams are getting.
Bad. It was bad. Come on, it's hard to beat. Look, it's hard to beat a defense to the sideline, quarterback or running back, straight to the side. You beat them up through. You get up the middle. You off tackle, then whatever. You very rarely just beat them to the outside. They're too fast.
So many teams, not just the Jaguars, just across the league, so many teams are trying to get way too cute on 3rd and 4th and 1.
Staley goes for it all the time on 4th down. Some of those were suspect.
But if you're going to go for it, just give me a regular play call.
Give me what's gotten you success already.
Correct.
Don't go rogue on me out here. What's been working?
It was so refreshing. Was on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah,
watching Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts and the Eagles when they had 3rd or 4th and 1.
Yeah,
they're not getting cute. They're lining up right behind center.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts has 2 dudes behind him, and they're just going to push him forward. Right. They got it every single time.
And look, Trevor, same. Good call by James Lofton. Everyone else was saying the same thing. Watch it, sneak. Nobody's there.
Right
over you. Just go. So good. Look, again, Trevor was good. He was fine. I don't think he was outstanding, but he was good. He took what they gave him. He was efficient. The 2 rushing touchdowns, I'm not going to give him too much credit for. He just plunged them in, but good. Still good. And no picks, didn't turn the ball over. So a very good outing by him. Good job by ETN overall. Our defense, I don't know what to tell you. You got to rush the passer. You have to affect the quarterback. Every single quarterback has got to be affected. I don't care if they're older like Matt Ryan. I don't care if they're younger like Jalen Hurts. You've got to get after them. And, especially with a guy that can't move. Trevon Walker, he was just sitting, what? Sitting what? He was a sitting duck, was he? Well, your camouflage must have sucked because he had plenty of success with being a duck, that's for sure. But no, hey, man, whatever. You just got to get it done up front, and we're not getting it done up front enough. One day, hey, we stop the run, then and we don't rush the passer, or we don't stop the run and we rush. It's just that kind of stuff. It's fragmented was the word I was looking for before. It's not together yet. Maybe they'll get it together. I hope they do. Look, they're right in the thick of it in the AFC South at 2-4. I know it sounds awful, but they are. They're 2 games out, I guess. Is that how you look at it? 3-2 Tennessee, 3-2-1 Indy. Big win for Indy. That was big. Hometown crowd. They got it going early. They had success early, and so did we. Were fine. We battled tough, but at the end of the day, we couldn't get it done. Some great games over the weekend. You mentioned the Eagles and the Cowboys. Eagles at 6-0, man. They're a good team. G-Men at 5-1. G-Men are a underdog to our Jags, or were 2.5-point underdog.
No idea how.
I don't get it either. Although I looked up, because one thing I look at from a macro perspective, I don't know if you guys do this out there too, but when I look at the Jags and who they're playing, I'll look at the points for and the points against and compare the two and the differential, and we're up by 10. You know, we're plus 24, they're plus 14. So we've both, by the way, think about this. We've both given up the same amount of points. They've given up 113. We've given up 114. We've scored 138. They've scored 127. Obviously, Barkley the key. Daniel Jones sacked 19 times. Can we get to him? I don't know. We have yet to match the physicality of the NFC East teams. Will we do it against the Giants at home? Will we do it? Man, I hope so. I sure hope so. I don't know. Again, I'm lowering my expectations. They lose, so what? Whatever. It's good. My life goes on. It's cool. I'm going to be that hippie. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's cool. I'm glad they're playing. I hope they get better. I hope they keep getting better. I hope they start winning. They got to get on a run here because you're getting into some thick, G-Men will not be, that will not. That'll be a very physical game. Denver, you never know with that defense. They can harass the quarterback now. I know they got it done last night, but they can give you some troubles, and then you get into the thick of it. It's going to be challenging.
I think we talked about this a little bit last week. The Colts game kind of started it, and the next 3 or 4 weeks or so is really when your schedule can start to get away from you. If you're not
right.
careful.
You got Baltimore, Kansas City, right? Yep. Because, Raiders even. Who knows by then what they're going to be doing.
And just the fact that we're heading into a point of the season where you've played enough games to where if you haven't won enough games, you're going to find yourself with a pretty ugly record. You start losing 1 or 2 more in a row.
I'm going back to what we thought in the beginning of the year. 6, 7 wins. Fine. Whatever. Hopefully
agree.
Hopefully they end strong. They may go through a rough patch here. That may happen. It may not. Who knows? You get lucky here and there. G-Men beat Baltimore. What if you beat the G-Men? Maybe you got a shot at beating Baltimore. I don't know. Before the season, we're like, no way. Baltimore's going to beat your ass. Maybe not beat your ass literally, but, figuratively. Right? Didn't we think that? Maybe we don't think that if we beat the G-Men. I don't know.
I still think that.
They are going to be they're always a tough team. So, and with Lamar Jackson's still one of the best, so you got to expect them.
I think there's 2 teams left on the schedule where I give them no chance.
Yeah, KC.
And it's KC and Baltimore.
Yeah. Hey, Jets are 4-2, man.
Yeah,
and their quarterback doesn't have to do anything. He threw 10 passes or something.
I mean, in the NFL, you can never give a team no chance in the NFL. Yeah. It really is any given Sunday. But
Jets D.
If there were 2 teams I would bet significant money on to beat the Jaguars, it would be those 2 teams.
Yeah. Do we play Miami? No, we don't play Miami. No. Jets. We'll see about the Jets. That defense is playing pretty bad to the bone. They've got it going on.
They're running the ball really well too.
Yep.
Brees Hall.
Chargers. Vikings 5-1. Looking good. It's fun, man. I tell you, I do have to say on Sunday, I was, aside from the Jag game, then you had Buffalo and KC, and then you had Philly and Dallas. What a great Sunday. Cooking on the grill, sipping on some wine, chilling out, watching games. I make it through the third quarter. If it's tight, maybe I stay up, but I get up early and I like sleeping. So I get tired after a while, but I just love the whole, build up of it. Sunday night football to me is just phenomenal. Monday night's cool too. I like Monday night. But you got to wait all day for Monday. You know what I mean? So I don't start thinking about it till maybe 6:37. Whereas Sunday night, you've been watching football all day. You're like, oh man, I still got a night game. This is going to be awesome. No doubt about it. All right, this is my only podcast here at 1010XL this week because we are going to the Country Thunder Festival. Country Thunder, anybody hear of it? It's a 3-day festival that my wife wanted to go to. So we are going with our friends, the Bruss and their RV bus, and the Houlihan's are going too. So going to be a good crowd. 3 days of, country music. Rock and roll hoochie coo, baby. It'll be fun. I will be watching, no doubt. I will be on the app, on the Relevant app, so you can check me out on the Jaguars channel or, of course, on Catching Up with Tommy Mack. Again, the whole of lower I don't know. I hate saying that, but whatever happens, happens. It's good. I'm glad Doug Peterson's here. I think he would go back and change some things as far as play calling is concerned. I know I would. And I know some of the players, if not every single one of them at certain times, wishes they could go back and take away a play or two. And I'm sure Shaquille Griffin is facing that. I don't know who's next man up if it's not Shaquille Griffin. You know what I mean? And by the way, he came from Seattle, which was a cover 3 defense. I don't know how much man they played. He was never a shutdown guy. I like that Tyson Campbell looks pretty like playing the part. Maybe he switched sides. I don't know.
PFF had Tyson Campbell as the highest rated corner in the NFL.
No, I know. He's big. That's really good, man. I like that. We've always liked him here on this show. All right, that's going to do it for me this time around on Catching Up. Want to thank, of course, everyone here at 1010XL, everyone at Relevant, and on Facebook. I want to thank my sponsors, the Southern Grill, the Brust Nutter Wealth Advisory Team, and Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits. There's more coming. Stay tuned. Going to be fun bringing it to you live each and every week here on 1010XL's podcast platform, on Facebook, and on the Relevant app, which you can get free download on the Apple Store or on Google Play. I tell you, so much content. Just go check it out. It's for you fans. It's a fan-to-fan network, baby. You can interact on chat, listen to podcasts, even create your own. RELEVNT, no A at the end. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on Catching Up with Tommy Mack. Peace.